A more budget-friendly travel trailer with 3 essentially queen-size beds inside. This is pretty impressive, great for larger families, and maybe might even work for you if you were just looking for like a temporary living solution. Let's go take a look, come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at Blue Compass RV today in San Marcos, California, taking a look at this 2025 Forest River Aurora 29 TQS. My assumption is that stands for Triple Queen Slide, and this travel trailer here is about 36 feet long. I would say would require something like a 3/4 ton truck to tow, and then the price range on this is going to come somewhere around that $35,000 to $45,000 mark. It's more of an entry-level travel trailer, meaning it has aluminum siding with wood framing. You can see that wood framing when you look up down underneath here. So you can see some of that there, but all of your sidewalls will have wood framing and then this aluminum siding. These are actually LED light strips that go down these pieces of the frame on both sides as well, so kind of give it a cool illuminated look there. 2 20-pound propane bottles up front and a power tongue jack there. Has manual stabilizers plus a fully enclosed underbelly, so all your water tanks and water lines will stay warm with your furnace on, and you have your spare tire down underneath there as well. Along this side, you have hookups for a TV, so you can do a TV outside on a table out here if you want. Plus, you have your black tank flush valve, so this will send pressurized water through your black tank, which is everything that your toilet runs through to clean that out and flush that out. A JBL outdoor speaker. You can see you have color-changing LED lights here underneath the awning, so you can change the color on those. And you have a nice large awning, covers your glass entry door here. And as we come along this side, we have a BAL next gen frame, and then you can see pretty standard tires and rims here, but looks pretty good. This next gen frame uses a lot of huck bolt fasteners along that frame. You have a spray port here on your campsite, so waterside campsite water source there. JBL outdoor speaker here, so 2 outdoor speakers in total, a little leash latch, and then you have a griddle here, so a little outdoor kitchen space. This area is still sealed up. I don't want to break that tape for the owner. But you have a little mini refrigerator and some storage space out here as well. So get this little mini outdoor fridge or outdoor kitchen area to hang out. Again, all underneath the awning. You can get a Lippert retractable ladder to get up onto the roof here, but this does have 200 watts of solar on the roof and 2 air conditioners. One thing to really be mindful of as an RV owner, you do want to get up and inspect this roof often, because there are going to be seals and seams up on the roof that even from day one potentially, but definitely over time, can experience cracking or getting holes or bubbling, anything like that. And that is how roof leaks occur. That is totally preventable if you get up there and check that regularly enough. So I would definitely recommend getting some sort of ladder to get up onto the roof. And then finally, last thing real quick, we have a through frame rack and pinion style slide, or actually, does this go through the frame? Let's see. Okay, yeah, through frame rack and pinion style slide out here. And then you have your power connections here, outdoor shower, some water connections as well. Spot where you can put a flag, and then a prep to add a backup camera if you want a backup camera on this camper. Now as we head inside, this, for being an entry-level camper, has some pretty impressive qualities to it. Some things that really make a lot of practical sense. First of all, when you walk in, you can install a shade on this window, but it does not come with one. The first thing that definitely should be noted, and as we take a look around, you can let me know your thoughts, kind of what you think, what you like, what you don't like, stuff like that. But when I think in terms of like this potentially being something that someone could live in for a period of time, it is an entry-level travel trailer that's not going to have some of the higher end qualities that you might find from other more expensive travel trailers in this size range. So for instance, things like you have a wrapped countertop material here. Not a big deal though. The travel trailer that I have in my camper has a wrapped countertop material. But you can go up in price and get more of a solid surface countertop, which will go from a wrap material to more of like a ceramic style material on the countertop. There'll also be things like you have your cabinet doors are just a wrapped door here, so it's not solid hardwood. You can see some of that wrap material kind of flares out wherever screws are at. Again, not a big deal. Same thing, my travel trailer has these as well. But that just means if you do happen to scratch these or damage these, it's going to peel that wrapping material off that's on there. So those are just things to be aware of. And if you want to go up to higher quality, you can get some different building materials with things like that. Same thing with the outside, how you can go up in price and get fiberglass siding and aluminum framing versus this being aluminum siding and wood framing. But that doesn't mean that this is going to be a bad trailer. There's a lot of people that camp in campers like this and live in campers like this, and they do just fine. So some things in here that really make this better than a lot of other options is, first of all, this has an air conditioner with a heat pump in it. So that means this is an electric heat source for you. That's so important because to run your furnace, it runs off of propane. So that means once you're out of propane, you're out of heat. That is going to make sure that you have your propane capacity last a lot longer than you might have in other travel trailers like this. In addition to that, you also have a fireplace in here. So this is another electric heat source for you here as well. So multiple different electric heat sources for you in this travel trailer that you won't find in a lot of other travel trailers in this size range. The next thing that makes this really impressive is obviously the bunk space back here. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. So back through this area, look at the size of these bunk beds. They are basically like a queen size bed. I'll get to the exact dimensions here in just a second when we look at the floor plan layout. You also have a window here as well. Your AC controls here, USB type A and type C right there, as well as right here. And you have a good amount of storage in this space down underneath here, plus this storage here. So if you have really large kids or just kids that want a more comfortable sleeping arrangement, you have grown adults that would want to sleep in a space like this, maybe a married couple or anything like that. These are all like very shareable bed spaces, and they are also bed spaces that are going to be able to just give you the ability to lay out and get comfortable very easily. So really like that. You also have a spot for a TV on the wall here if you wanted to install a TV in this area, and a window here as well. Has its own privacy door, so you can get complete privacy here in this bunk room. And then as we go back out this way, the lights shut off and flickered back on because my generator is hooked up to this, and my generator is just barely enough power to kind of keep everything moving in this space. So that's why that powered off. But that wouldn't happen if you're hooked up to like a 50 amp connection at a campsite. Looking at the floor plan layout, these beds are 60 by 74 inch. Same with the queen bed in here. So it's more of like an RV size queen. It's not necessarily like a true queen bed. So that's something to be aware of. If you do want to put like foam toppers on top of those are the dimensions you would cut them to. Or you can look for RV specific mattresses that would fit those dimensions if you want to change out those mattresses at all. Then as we get into the kitchen space, pretty dang good storage for this size camper and the size of kitchen. So you have all this pantry storage there, nice big open storage through here. Then you have a GE refrigerator and freezer. So everything in here is all GE appliances. See your space there, you have a GE stove and oven. Has a pretty standard RV size oven, nothing too crazy with that. And then a 3-burner gas stove. Does have a little splash guard here. It is right up against this wall, so that's just something to be mindful of, where you might have to like clean this off every now and then when you're cooking. Has a vent fan to vent out smells while you're cooking in this space, and you have an RV size microwave. Also has a bigger vent fan up above here, so very nice with that. And you have a paper towel holder, lights, and outlets and USB ports up underneath this space. I think we already looked at that storage, but just one more time, some storage there. Plastic single basin sink. That pink fluid in there is just your winterization fluid that is in every single camper on any RV lot that you go to. You have a sink cover right here, so you can have like this little drying rack there. And then you have 3 drawers to open up. These are going to be about the same size, and there we go. Let's see, the rail system on here is a little finicky, so just something to be mindful of. But it's using a standard plywood drawer construction there. And then when you open this up, you can see your storage space down through here. And it also has the cup rinser right here as well as part of this kitchen sink setup. Then as we turn back around this way, you have your U-shaped dining table. So this is going to be able to drop down and make into a bed as well if you ever find the need for that. So you just remove these legs, and this table here sits on these black supports, turns this into a bed all the way across. You also have storage space down underneath here. And then no carpet in the slide out. This here is a sofa that can also make out into a bed. So you see right here, you have this strap. That will allow this to very easily, let me detach this here. This kind of keeps this in place. Watch how this works. This is pretty dang cool. Just pulls out like so. and then take these back cushions off. And then you can drop this down right here. So very easy to convert this into some sort of sleeping space. More equipped for kids, as it's not a very big sleeping area, but it is a flat surface nonetheless that someone could lay down on. And then to get it back into the sofa position, super easy mechanism here. Flip that up, grab this strap, and just lift it back up like so. So plenty of sleeping capacity in here for sure. If you have any guests or anything like that, you won't have a problem finding sleeping space for them unless maybe they're larger. But that's going to give you all of this additional sleeping space made out with these seating arrangements. On your windows, they are pull-down black pleated shades. They'll give you complete privacy. They just will let in some natural light during the day. And as we turn around this way, you have your TV on the wall there. That looks like that's about a 32-inch screen TV, maybe like 36-inch. And then we have your fireplace again, storage space through here, sound controls right there, and storage underneath the fireplace. Plus, we also have more storage all through here, so big pantry space there, completing the kitchen storage, giving you plenty of room for everything that you might need. Controls for your travel trailer right when we walked in, so interior and exterior lights. You have a gas and electric water heater, so this will be a 6-gallon gas and electric water heater. To heat up your water the fastest, just turn both of these on at the same time. Then you have dimmer light switches in the ceiling as well. Now as we go this way, you'll have direct access to your bathroom with the slide closed. So when your slide out is closed, no problem getting to that. You'll also be able to open up your refrigerator and freezer with the slide closed. You have a pass-through bathroom, a plastic foot flush toilet. Here we have liquefied. This is a black tank treatment you can find for your RV on Amazon, as well as Blue Compass shelves across the country now as well. And Blue Compass has over 100 different stores in 33 different states. So if you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a Blue Compass store close to you. This Forest River Aurora product is actually exclusive to Blue Compass, so you will only find it at Blue Compass stores across the country. Have your sink right here. Not a whole lot of countertop space there. And then you have your storage space down underneath here with your water lines. Got your medicine cabinet, vent fan, and then it is a plastic 2-piece corner radius shower in this space. Nice big skylight. Let's see as I step in here. Standing at about 6'1", 6'2", maybe. You can see the ceiling height here is probably about 6'3", and then into the skylight, gosh, it's so bright. You could probably be about 6'5", 6'6", and comfortably fit in here. Although the shower head sits incredibly low, so I'd have to duck way down low to get underneath that or hold it up over my head. So just things to consider there. Then as we go into the bedroom, you have some hooks here on the walls for towels. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this because if you have longer hanging towels that you hang there, they're kind of going to be in the splash zone for where this toilet's at. So what I would do in this bathroom here probably is maybe put a hook on this wall for towels. Yeah, that's like the best place I could see. You could maybe do a hook right there, but that's going to not be very much space. So I'd probably put hooks on either like this wall right here for towels or this wall right here for towels. And that would make the most sense for me that I can think. Coming into the bedroom, again, this is a shorter queen size bed, so 74 inches long. It is a little bit nicer mattress than some other brands will come with. You have your storage space up underneath the bed. You can see the mattress here. It's not great or anything, but it's not terrible either. Some people might find it comfortable enough. If not, you can put a foam mattress topper on top of it or replace the mattress. And then you have outlets and USB ports here, plus additional little cubby space right there as well on both sides of the bed. Up above the bed, you have storage here that passes all the way through to the other side. Now, a little interesting because you only have access to it from the 2 cabinet doors here. So if you stuff things back in the middle there, they might be a little bit harder to reach. I wish it had 3 doors across the top there just for easier access. AC ducted into this bedroom through here. So you can get that AC vent going directly on top of you there. And then same thing with the bathroom. It is ducted into the bathroom as well. Oh, and if you want a TV on the wall here in this bedroom, it would go right over here where that outlet is. Now as we step back out, let's go look real quick. I'm curious because this AC is definitely ducted into the bedroom as well as the bunk room. And this AC here, This looks like it's actually an independent air conditioner. So this one does not look like it's ducted to the rest of the camper. As you can see, it has these flaps that will open up here to let air flow out. If I'm wrong about that, someone correct me down below, but this does not look like it's ducted through the rest of the camper. It looks like it's just for this bunk room space, and then everything else will run from this air conditioner here. And then that's pretty much everything on the inside of this camper. So very curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let me go wrap around the other side of the camper real quick and show you what's going on out there real fast before we head out. So as we come around this way, manual stabilizers, you can get a drill attachment to shoot those down really quick and easy. I don't have any problem with manual stabilizers at all. It's what's on my camper, and I just feel like they're the easiest and most efficient stabilizer system. Then you can see down through here, storage passes through to the other side. Not a whole lot going on over here actually. For your dump valve areas, you will have black and gray water dump valves right here for your bathroom, as well as another gray tank dump valve there for the kitchen sink. So everything on this side of the axles. And that's pretty much it. Again, fully enclosed underbelly. There are no washer dryer connections on this model, so you would have to go to something different if you wanted washer and dryer. But let me just go double check on the floor plan layout and make sure I didn't miss anything on that. And then we'll go on with our day. So appreciate y'all watching, looking through here. Yeah, no washer dryer connections in this model here. So you could go to a different model if that's something that you're looking for. I would not say that's an essential thing though, as everywhere that I've stayed in my travel trailer so far has had washer dryer laundry facility, on site. And in instances that I don't have them on site, it's still not hard to find a place to go do laundry and just knock it out real quick with having multiple machines to use at the same time. So I've never felt that that is an absolute deal breaker, but if you do, I understand, and you can let me know down below in the comments. But that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate you watching, and until next time, live firmly unbound.